we believe that there is another set of dragon in this swamp.
I feel like I didn't make that up. I could have swore I remembered hearing.
We were talking about bullshitting the caravan to keep them for staying another day, so that way we could go do what we wanted to do, and then come back and finish our thing. But then I bullshitted them into just paying us what they owed us for taking them to the same spot while I cast a spell, so we didn't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
We were going to tell them that there was a dragon, that they should stay here for another day, and then we will be back.
But then we figured out that we don't actually really even need for them to wait on us. They can go ahead and just
go.
Because we have no reason to go to Neverwinter.
Exactly.
I wonder, is that how the module is, intends for us to do this? Because clearly we're meant to, part ways with the caravan at this point, but our contract has
that's one of the things that Lee was kind of bitching about the thing. It doesn't tell him to do anything if we come back to the thing. It doesn't give him anything. We are technically just supposed to go to the castle. We weren't ever supposed to come back. So the module doesn't give him anything, so he had to bullshit his way out of that one.
Yeah, it literally is just after you find them, then they just follow the trail, and it's like, what if they don't?
Yeah.
What if they want to go back to Waterdeep, or what if they want to go to Neverwinter? Then I'm just I'm basically just gonna have to,
be like, look here, guys, this is what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
No, I could make up an entire session where you go and visit Neverwinter or something like that. I'd literally have to do hours of checking. When I saw you guys were going to Waterdeep, I knew that a month and ahead of time. So I spent or actually more than that. It was 5 or 6 weeks. So I planned for 6 weeks to have 2 different encounters, have a shop, and have you do more than just pass through Neverwinter. Because I wanted to have some stuff, especially in case you guys start. I wanted to have a good knowledge base of Neverwinter in case you guys were what's over here? What if I want to go look around?
Yeah. Lee, did you ever play a game series called Neverwinter Nights?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Baldur's Gate, those games, the Baldur's Gate games were a continuation of Neverwinter Nights.
Oh, wow, yeah. I love Neverwinter, but then I also hated it.
Well, no, Neverwinter was an MMO. Neverwinter was an MMO. I'm talking about Neverwinter Nights.
Oh, well, in that case, I played Neverwinter.
Yeah, I played the MMO Neverwinter. Neverwinter Nights was a single-player RPG back in the late 90s for PC.
Yeah, I played it quite a bit. I had 3 or 4 different characters on there. But once you start needing other people, I didn't want to talk to people.
Right.
I didn't want to socialize. I had 2 friends I played with there, and that wasn't enough to do raids and stuff.
Oh, we're talking about different games. Anyway, that was a... MMO. Yeah, I'm not talking about the MMO.
Yeah, I didn't play Neverwinter Nights. I didn't do that one.
I also played Neverwinter as well. Anyway, that was a team effort, so I think that it only makes sense that we give that inspiration to Ragnvaldr instead of either one of us getting it.
Yeah, well, you guys already have inspiration, so yes, now you all have inspiration. Congrats.
Cool.
Yeah. There was a little bit more that happened because you guys went back out and you did get into some fights.
With some Spitus.
Hey Lee, so quick question. When my owl was scouting, would it happen to know how far the trail that we were coming to the place that we stopped and unloaded everything at and then loaded back up and they were leaving? Did it tell you that? Did the owl happen to see the distance from that trail to the castle?
I think we were
15 miles.
Yeah.
No, we knew. So wait, hold up. We knew how far it was from the roadhouse. We never got how far it was from the trail. Because my idea is that we go follow the trail back to Waterdeep, and then cut when we get to the part where it's closest to the thing, to the castle. We cut into there. That way, it might be a shorter distance from the. You know what I'm saying? That way, we're not having to walk into this difficult terrain we can walk at the path going to Waterdeep. That's maybe shorter distance from there than it is from the castle to the roadhouse.
You know, I'd like us to keep an eye out for something. Next time we get to a big city, because once we finish Castle Neritar, I'm pretty sure that's like the halfway point of the campaign, so we still got a little bit left. I want a giant magic carpet that we can all ride on, and just be one big happy fucking magic carpet riding family. That's what I want.
But yeah, so I just wanted to see, Lee, if there's a way that we could get that's a shorter distance, or is this the one way that's the shortest distance from the roadhouse to the...
I'm going to draw a little picture to answer that.
Oh, and that's the reason why I suggested the magic carpet, because if we get into instances like this where we need to travel long distances over rough terrain, we can just fly, and then the rough terrain isn't an issue.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
This one, in the land where this one came from, there were flying boats.
Yeah, Eberron's cool. I like Eberron.
Very nice. But yes, my idea is that we go for the path. I'm not.
Oh, sure. Oh, let me turn this thing off of here. There we go. That way I can just show you that. Can you see that?
Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up my Discord.
Here, let me full screen you.
Yeah.
It's not backwards, right? I don't know if the image is.
No,
so
it's not. Roadhouse, castle, marsh. What is that words to the north?
Okay, so basically what you're saying is if it was like you were looking northeast, southwest, to the north is like Neverwinter, to the south is Waterdeep, and then it's off into the east.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. No,
And
I
then
think
the
that's how I
roadhouse
was
is in the
picturing
center.
it. Yeah, that's
Okay,
kind of
cool.
how I was imagining it.
So my answer is that it's closest just to go from the roadhouse to the castle.
Yeah, and there is no short. There's no like regular road that goes there. It's in the middle of the marsh.
Yeah, so we're just gonna have to rough it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. All right, I believe we should be on our way. After all these spider things.
Yeah, well, the spiders and then there was frogs, I believe, right?
The frogs were first,
only
and
fought-
then there was the spiders.
We only fought spiders on the way back to the... We fought frogs when we first tried to do this expedition, but then we decided to go back to the roadhouse. This is the first fight of the next day when we left the roadhouse and figured out that the castle is where we need to go.
I think you did defeat everything on the end of that last
Yes,
section.
we did. Yes, yeah, everything was completed before we
All right.
walked off.
And I think I put in there that you had done. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 takes us from 10. Okay, so you left at 10 o'clock, and then so that was at 4 o'clock. So let's see. Let me check. So this is early in the day, right?
I've got it.
This is about... we're thinking morning time.
You guys
This
have
is
left in the
about-
morning. So
Morning.
now after traveling for a couple of hours, I think 6 hours, that puts you at 4 p.m. is what I had.
That's what I
Okay.
had. We left out at 10. We traveled 6 hours and fought the mare spiders.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys travel another hour, and you see...
Hey, Lee, that's showing up on our thing that we see nothing.
Yes, I did that intentionally.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally rolling the one that comes in the encounter box thing,
This
which I've
Okay.
been doing all along. Again, you see nothing. Hold on, I gotta write that down. So that takes you to 8 p.m.
So are we getting into the dark time of it, or like close to dark?
Yes, it is dark.
Okay.
Because I think you left the roadhouse at 10 a.m. So this would be 10
So
hours
is-
in, put you at 8 p.m.
Okay.
I gotcha.
And you're able to travel. Okay, seeing how far you have to get before you get to like a next checkpoint. Oh shoot, that's up top here. 1 full day, 16 hours, and you've done 10 hours. Okay, so you're getting near the halfway point. You're getting close to being halfway there. So let's see. All right.
I don't like the way that it says sees nothing, though. It doesn't say there is nothing. It says the party sees nothing. It's ominously worded.
All right.
Yeah, you get a point.
We're late in the PM now, then?
Yeah, we're at nighttime.
It's actually, like if you guys didn't stop, it's actually up to 2 p.m. unless you guys wanted to stop sooner.
PM,
Oh,
AM.
you mean AM.
Oh yeah, sorry, 2 a.m. It is up to 2 a.m. What's that?
So, if we don't stop for us now, we will probably be exhausted. I could ritual cast Lehman Tiny Hut, and we can take a rest here. If
Okay.
everybody would like.
Do we have time for that, though? I don't know if this is something...
So
The castle's really not going anywhere.
over the course of this day, you've only come through one fight. It's been pretty steady, pretty easy, even though you're going through marsh and it's difficult terrain. You've covered about 7 miles, and you're now reaching a campsite that from what you know, is about halfway on the trip between the work camp and Castle Neratar. All right, and when I say that it's like a camp, it's a clearing that is just slightly drier and more elevated than the muck that you've been wading through.
Okay.
Are we still seeing tracks from the lizard folks, whatever, that were...
Yes, you've been following tracks and markings. Yeah. So at this little spot, this little campsite, there's 4 wicker lean-tos and a stone platform. There's 3 dugout canoes are drawn up near one of the lean-tos because there's a part that's more watery off to the side of the marsh. Let's see, and then after that, it's just moss-covered trees, fallen logs, thick clumps of reed, and nothing but basically still black water at this point. So you're going to take a long rest here?
This one would appreciate at least a short rest. This one is
Well-
fairly banged up from fighting the spiders.
I think the rest of us could probably benefit from a long rest. I hope this doesn't set us behind on whatever it is that they may be up to, but no sense in us going into battle without being at our freshest.
Yes,
All right.
I will.
A short rest or a long rest?
I'm kind of thinking long. I honestly, we don't really even need the rest for the rest's sake. We just need to not get exhaustion, which is really the only reason I'm in favor of doing this. Because if you said if it's like 2 a.m., that gives us like 6 more hours until exhaustion sets in.
So let me. 1 level exhaustion means disadvantage on ability checks.
Right, but
I know
if there
that-
comes a time where we need to counterspell and an ability check comes into play, it applies there.
Yeah, but so how many times have we had to counterspell? Has
You
it
guys
been once?
took a long rest back at the roadhouse, right? I believe.
Yes, we did. We did
Okay.
get a long rest back at the.
But like, if one of us gets grappled and you need to break out of it, those are ability
that's-
checks.
Road travel.
Yeah, we also have. I have things that can get us out of that specific type of thing.
Granted, like when I'm blade singing, I have advantage on acrobatics, so it'd be a straight roll. But I'd rather, advantage is always better than a straight roll.
Okay. Well, I can do a ritual cast Lehman's Tiny Hut, and we can go into that.
So Lehman's Tiny Hut, is that like there's actual a physical magical hut?
Yes, it is a 10-foot dome, immovable dome that can't be pierced or anything like that. Here, I'll drop the spell in chat. Let me. There you go.
Oh, and you can cast it as a ritual too, so it doesn't even take any spell
Yep.
slots.
Exactly.
9.
Which, I mean, wouldn't matter because we're about to take a long rest anyways, but yep.
Alright, so you're doing a short or long rest in there?
I think we're doing a long.
Okay.
And it lasts
Are you posting anyone on watch or anything? Or is everyone just sleeping?
I mean,
This
honestly,
one-
I think that for the first half, because, like, you know, I only need 4 hours, and so does he. I think we can just start the night, myself, and tell me if you agree with this, Nick. Myself and Balthazar can just rest for the first 4 hours of the night, and just have somebody keep watch during that time. And then him and I can just wake up and keep watch while everybody else sleeps after that.
One of the abilities that my character has is I still can see and hear even when I'm asleep. So if I watch at the entrance of the hut, everyone else can sleep. I'm sleeping, but I'm like on a like monitoring state or something like that.
Fair. Okay. We can do that, and then after 4 hours, we can join you, so there'll be 3 of us.
So I can't leave the dome or else it gets dispelled. I don't even think there's an entrance to the dome. I think it's just a 10-foot dome, and then I grant access to things going in and out.
Better idea. The most dangerous part of the night, I would argue, would be, you know, we're going to be here for 8 hours. If we're starting this at 2 a.m., from 2 to 6, that's middle of the night. I would say that's probably the more dangerous thing. So while Dahlia and Ragnavaldr start their 8 hours, we stay awake for the first 4 of that, and then join them for the last 4 whenever it's actually bright out. That's my idea.
But I think it's all going to work out. I think
I got a
this.
crisis. I'm going to be away for 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay, then.
Probably work-related, I assume.
Alright. Yeah, so I think the point is someone's going to be keeping watch at all times.
Yes. Alright, so 3 of you are awake for the first from 2 to 6, right?
That's what I was thinking. I don't speak for
Okay.
Nick, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. So, it's just a little bit after 8 o'clock when the sun sets. And it's shortly after that, let's see, roll a perception check. No, only the ones who are awake. You're sleeping, honey. Long rest. Enjoy
My
that.
owl would be patrolling,
Ooh.
so he's going to make the perception check for me.
Well, I did pretty well on mine.
Alright. So, yes. Definitely a ways off. You can see that there are 9 lizard folk paddling up in 3 canoes. They seem to be traveling from the direction of Castle Neritar, presumably to go to the roadhouse to pick up more contraband. So you do notice them approaching.
How many are they?
9.
Are they so they are in boats coming up?
3 canoes.
3 canoes?
Mhm.
Fuck.
Well, they can't enter the dome. That's the thing. As long as we're in this dome, they can't actually hurt us.
Yeah, but I could totally go out and freaking just fireball all 3 of them canoes.
I mean, okay. Nick, I'm going to send you a message because...
Like, I did not want to be the fireball wizard, but it's just such a good fucking spell. I did not want to be that fireball wizard guy, but it is just such a, like...
Well, I'm going to say that they have made land,
Okay, hold on.
reached land.
I can't. As soon as I move from this dome, the dome disappears. As soon as I get out of it.
I shared the map, by the way.
Okay.
Can you cast spells out? Wait, hold on.
I think I can.
Tell me where your Liamon's tiny hut is at on this map.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Let me.
Spells and other magical
Fix it
effects
as
can't
the-
extend through the dome or be cast through it. Darn. Okay. Well, that only applies to you. So.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Let me make a dome. Give me a second. I'll cast the circle of the dome. I would say, like, right there is fine.
And then we're all in the dome.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's right there.
So,
Wait. When you leave... Dude, I got you.
oh, they're already on there. Never mind. Oh, wow. They were already put on there, and that's kind of perfect. Okay. All right. So right now there are... Oh, I guess I have to, like, reveal them.
Do you see my message, Nick?
Sorry, hold on. I was talking to Angelina. Did read your message. So I'm going to stick my... before they even got off the boats, when they were all together, getting off the boats, I'm going to stick my head out and cast Fireball.
And you're sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah, but because I can stick my head out and not leave the dome, but not consider fully leaving the dome. So the dome will still be there.
Yep, just want to make sure you're sure that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Fireball. And I haven't taken my long rest yet, so I'll still get restored. And then I think I'll wake up the others just in case they can take out this dome. I don't think they're going to be able to, but wake up the others. Because they can't go into the dome, I'm pretty sure.
They cannot.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll stick my head out and I'll cast Fireball before they even get off the ships. So that should catch all of them if they're on the ships, if they're right next to each other. So they all need to make dex saves.
And everyone's alright with him launching Fireball at these people? Just checking.
That's Liamon's tiny hut is so dumb because this is such a stupid cheese with Liamon's tiny hut if you just happen to already have it up. Now the problem with it is that you can't plan on it being up because it does have a casting time that it's not like you can just pop out a Liamon's tiny hut in the middle of a fight. But if you're in a situation where you've already got it up, it's such a cheesy spell.
So am I going to hit? So we're counting this as hitting every single one of them, right?
What's that?
They're casting a fireball right before they even get off of the ships, the canoes.
They're already. Are you on the map? They're already.
I am on the map.
He was saying as they were approaching
approaching
before they got off the ships. He wanted
before they even got off the ships. But if you're saying I can't do that,
before you mentioned casting a fireball on them before they get off the ship.
All right, I'm back.
Fair enough.
Come back.
That's still catching a bunch of them.
Can we see the approach of the ship?
Yeah, they're already on land.
Yeah, I'm trying. I've got the map halfway up, but it's not.
Yeah.
I'm just being.
See, I'm just gonna stick my head out and cast fireball, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna stick my head back in.
Well,
it would have to be your hand too, because the fireball comes from your hand. But yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, shoop to whoop and fire in your laser, and that probably went over your head because that's like 2006 meme. But
What I was going to say is, why didn't we see them before they got off of the canoes? I don't.
We did.
We did.
We never got the chance to do anything because we were talking about what we were going to do.
We took too long in the
And-
planning process to do what was optimal,
Yeah.
but we're still doing something pretty good.
Gotcha. All right.
So only one of them succeeded.
We'll busied ourselves polishing.
4 lizard folk 4. So I know how to do this. I'll just add all the damage to them. I'll just add all the damage to them.
Dude, you're a genius for figuring that out, man.
So he's gonna take that. He's gonna take that. He's gonna take this. He's gonna take this. And then this guy's going to take half, which I can have it right here. So he's only going to take 11 points of damage. Yeah. And then I'm going to speak from the thing. Oh, actually, dude, I don't even know. No, we should kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they
we
don't even
should.
need to know. Yeah, these
Yeah,
guys
we
just need to die.
I mean, God forbid y'all make some friends.
Oh, fuck that.
I mean, it's a dangerous swamp with lots of different enemies in here.
Wait, oh, there's a named one. I was wondering why it looked like he was less wounded than the others, but there's a named one.
Snapjaw.
So he has more health than the other lizard folks do.
So, let's do this. Yeah. Roll initiative. We can roll initiative. Yeah,
Yep, everybody's got to roll initiative.
that's fine.
I'm not
I got
disappointed with mine.
Hold on, Dahlia. Before you roll initiative, I'm going to do this thing for you.
How's my initiative bonus so much higher than yours?
You have a better dex.
Well, yeah, but 5 higher?
Yeah, my dex is like. I mean, my dex is +2. I don't add my bonus to my initiative. You're adding your proficiency.
What? Why is it adding that?
I don't
oh.
know, but
Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, drop my initiative down from 19 to 16.
look. So you just hit the non-proficient
Oh,
star.
I
for your
did.
initiative.
I did.
Okay.
But make my initiative 16 instead of 19.
Unless it's something in your something that you get as a spellblade.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah, no.
I would
Bring in
check.
Warren
I would make
Song. Did somebody give me something that? Let's see.
I don't remember.
Oh, so Reggie.
All right, let me mark off that.
Was.
All right, after I'm done casting a fireball, before it's my, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna shoot out some words. There's more where that came from if you don't stand down.
Oh, I didn't realize we were planning on letting them live. I don't say that loud, but.
Well, brother, we can always use them to our advantage, and then just kill them later. I whisper that to him. But then, yeah, initiative starts, and we can go by initiative order.
Does this count as a surprise round or no?
Hang on. I don't think so.
That's fine.
It would have been a surprise round against you guys, but you saw them coming.
Not sure what they would have been able to do. Ooh, I like the sound of the name of this one right here. Let's see. This one's called Dragon Drums. Probably should save this for a fight with an actual dragon, but it just sounds too cool. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have saved this for a much more epic fight, because this music sounds like it's about to go way harder than it needs to.
So, you guys do know that the somewhat larger one in the middle, they did not like immediately start trying to surround you because he gestured for them to stay back a little bit. They haven't like tried to surround you and flank you.
Yeah, this music goes way harder than it needs to for a fight like this. This should have been saved for a dragon.
Alright, so Green Shadow, it is your turn. You're starting it off.
So I'm at a portal from the hut. I don't remember all the details on the hut.
Yes, so we are in the hut. They cannot come in the hut. They cannot shoot things into the hut.
He did come back, right?
Yes, he's back. They have to dispel the hut in order to do anything. They would have to come up and...
Yeah,
he's there. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, that's the thing about Liamon's tiny hut. It's so busted that if you don't have Dispel Magic or Anti-Magic Field, there's no way of dealing with a Liamon's tiny hut.
Yeah, there's no way.
You need either Dispel Magic or Anti-Magic Field. Those are the only two ways you can deal with it.
Yep.
I could not hear you guys for like a good 30 seconds. I was trying to get Jez to take his first turn, and I was like, wait a minute, I can't hear any of you.
So I did say, Friar, that if they wanted more, that I was gonna try to kind of talk to them. So I was hoping that we all kind of stood down for a turn.
Actually, technically speaking, a Disintegrate could deal with a Liamon's tiny hut as well, because it's in the description of the spell that it counts as a wall of force, and Disintegrate can destroy walls of force. So a Disintegrate could also deal with a Liamon's tiny hut.
I don't think these guys are power enough to fucking cast.
No, if they cast Disintegrate, I give up. We're level 6. Come on, calm down.
You, those scaly ones, set aside your weapons or be destroyed.
So they do look... What?
Oh, sorry. Good.
They do look somewhat like nervous, but they hold strong. They hold fast. They are still gripping their weapons, and because they are on orders to capture any, what would be the term, interlopers.
Oh. Well, they should have just said that from the beginning.
Capture or kill anyone that they come across.
How do we know that? Have they said that?
No, but you can tell they don't really want to fight, but they kind of have to. You can tell that they're somewhat begrudging.
I just say, look, I'm starting to get pick up on the vibe here. There's no chance that we just say let bygones be bygones and part ways here, is there? Okay, thought not. Very well.
All right, Green Shadow, it's over to you.
Then that 20.
Was it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was a 17.
Remember, you have to either pop your hands out of this to shoot through it, or just step out of it and step back in.
That's why I'm with the longbow for just that reason.
Come again, you can't fight inside Liamon's tiny hut.
No, but you can step out and then step back in.
Or stick your hands through the edge and shoot that way.
Yeah. Do you want the description of the spell again?
If you were in the hut whenever the spell was cast, You can freely enter and exit it at will, as long as you're not the person who cast it. It says you can't... attacks and spells you can't cast from within the hut, but 100%, there's nothing that keeps you from sticking your hand past the threshold, casting your spell, and then pulling your hand back in.
I'm not sure what the hell just happened there.
And per the rules of the spell, as long as he keeps, like, a toe on the inside of this thing, the hut stays active. Talking about Balthazar.
So how do I get them to... They have to pass a dexterity check, or they take the damage from the Hail of Thorns. And I'm not sure how to make them pass.
So go to the spell. Go to the spell of. Go to the thorn spell, and then like right next to the name, it should say saving throw, and whether it be like wisdom, dexterity, and then it'll say the like. So right there, click that, and then drag it onto the one you attacked, and it'll make it roll the dexterity saving throw. And then he failed. So then you would take the damage.
I thought Hail of Thorns was an AoE.
And then you drag it onto him.
It is an AoE.
So that means you get hit multiple.
AoE?
What's that?
How big is the AoE?
Target and adjacent.
Which one's your target?
Snapjaw was target. Snapjaw was target.
So doesn't that mean you could also hit Lizard Folk 1 with it too?
Precisely.
Cool.
Okay, so you would also roll the dexterity saving throw on Lizard Folk 1 as well. Okay, he succeeded. Did they take half if they succeeded, or they just...
Yes, they do.
They do? Okay, so what you're going to do is roll the damage roll on Snapjaw. Go ahead.
And I want to upcast it from a
Actually,
level
roll
one.
it in the chat.
So-
Roll it in the chat.
No, he can roll it on Snapjaw, because Snapjaw takes full damage,
I know,
because he failed.
but
So he would just take full damage. So what you're going to do then is you're going to right-click. Once you grab the dice, right-click the dice to add an extra one, and then roll it on him, because it just increases the damage by one dice, right?
Also, I'm not actually using the where it says damage next to the spell. I'm actually rolling a 10-sided.
What do you just use the damage that says next to the spell? It's the same damage, ain't it?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, so just grab the spell damage right there, and then drag it onto him.
Well, I didn't manage to roll.
The other one. Just then roll it again on him. Then just roll it. Do it again. There you go. Now he would take half of that, so half of that would be.
So 10 goes on to Snapjaw, and 5 goes on to 1.
Yep. Now, if you rolled it together, you would be able to just drag the damage onto Snapjaw, like take it from the chat and drag it onto Snapjaw.
Okay,
yeah.
Alright.
So you would be able to do in both those instances. And then, for the other guy, you would have been able to right-click it, go down to total, and then hit half value. It'll half the value, and then you would be able to draw it onto...
the other one.
And then you're able to draw it onto the other one, because he succeeded on the dexterity saving throw.
So Lee, did you get that damage added on there?
How much damage?
10 onto Snapjaw, 5 onto Lizard 1.
Lizard Folk 1.
And now my Dread Ambusher attack onto Snapjaw.
Now, I hate to be that guy, but since Balthazar was the one that kicked off this combat, does he still get a turn? He's trying to be fair.
Inside of Liamon's tiny hut, I think you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this will be plus an additional 8 for Dread Ambusher.
So Dread Ambusher might have the damage die beside it, and you could also roll it like that as well.
Good question. Great.
Or just put the Dread Ambusher effect on you, and it might just roll the damage outright.
I've tried doing that, and every time I do it, I seem to screw it up somehow.
Ah, okay.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's
It's the effect.
Yeah, so purple is effect, blue is going to be a saving throw, and then red's going to be damage. If you're looking at the spells.
Spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the barrier, meaning this caster cannot cast spells from within the hut that target creatures outside. And the spell ends if the target leaves Dome's area, so they can't leave to cast spells or attack and then return. It also means, like, if you stick your hands out of it, it turns off. Like, once any part of you leaves that dome.
okay then.
Okay, so that's the way you're phrasing it then. And then I won't do anything. I'll just stay in the hut while they attack.
It's not how I've seen it
how,
before, but
yeah,
I guess that's one interpretation.
That's how the DM is interpreting it. Then I will sit this combat out and just let them do what they want to do.
I don't know if you can see what I just drew there. I'm trying to put myself there, and I'm going to roll an 8-sided that needs to get added to Snapjaw.
Let me ask AI. Usually
That's what I just did. That's what it came up with. So the thing is, do you want me to take the damage off? Like you didn't cast the fireball if you understood that would happen? Or did you want to cast the fireball and now the dome's gone?
Unless you just want to just say, well, you can take the damage off. I don't care. But unless you just want to say that from now on, if I step out, it'll be dispelled. Or we can retcon it, but that'd be a lot more work.
I mean, it's taking, 22 damage off of...
22 damage off of 3, 1, Snapjaw, 2, and then taking 11 off of Blizzard Folk 4.
And how much damage off of 4?
11, because he succeeded on the dexterity saving throw. And then I'll just give that spell slot back to me.
What's that, honey? No, you missed your turn yet, honey.
Alright, so I don't know if all the damage went on to Snapjaw that I should have put on Snapjaw.
19 damage total?
No, I should have done more than that. What the he took 2 bow attacks.
Huh?
And then he took 10 alone just from the Hail of Thorns, plus a D8. So there's 8 right there on the first damage. And
Huh,
11.
this did tell me one... Oh, sorry.
I don't know, I can't figure it out.
If I play a warlock, I'm definitely doing Pact of the Chain and getting Liamon's Tiny Hut. Because while you are right, you could, in theory, cast Liamon's Tiny Hut and then send your familiar out of it to cast your spells.
There's 19 just from the bow damage, then 10 to Snapjaw, 5 to number 1 from the area effect of Hail of Thorns, and then another 7 for Dread Ambusher onto Snapjaw.
Hail of Thorns. Oh, wait, is that a bonus action?
Yes, it is.
Okay, what was the other one that took 10 damage?
5 onto 1. Lizard Folk 1 took 5 from that. And it's
Okay, done.
18, 28. And by my quick counting again, it should be 36 on Snapjaw total.
Okay, got it.
And let me see. Move, bonus action, blah 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 blah. Next.
All right, Balthazar, your turn. Wait, no, you are... oh, yeah, it is your turn.
Oh, and
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna sit in the hut. I'm gonna pass my turn.
You don't happen to know
can hold
haste,
them,
do you?
And I'm
Did you say?
stowing my bow at this as my.
Do I have
reaction.
haste? No, I
Yeah.
don't have haste.
Oh. Do you have any spells that can be cast on another person?
No, I don't.
Oh, darn.
I get rope trick at my next level. Rope trick will be good for us. So Balthazar is up.
Yeah, I'm just passing my turn. I'm
Okay.
staying in the hut. If I do anything, the hut goes down.
Alright. Can't hardly see the lines. Oh, let me just draw a line. Pointers.
They're very much the same color as the ground.
Yeah.
You know you can change the color of the grid, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Go over to where you have all your grid settings. You can, it'll bring up like a dial where you can either do like RGB or just drag it. I prefer like a neon green that typically shows up pretty well.
There we go.
Ah, I see you found it. Black.
Purple. I should know this purple on my
That's
screen.
good. Pretty good. Oh yeah, you're on a half space. Gotcha. Alright. He's gonna attack the only one not inside of a freaking hut. And he will miss.
Armed with spears then?
Alright. There's none of that.
Hold up. There's no one that's not inside of the hut. Everybody's inside the hut.
Friar left.
Because I attacked.
Oh.
I don't even see him
No,
on here.
you should be able to just. You moved all the way out. Okay.
I understood that if I moved out, I couldn't move back in.
No, you can go back in once you leave.
No, once you leave, you can come back in. I can't leave because if I leave, the dome goes down.
Oh, then I don't want to be outside. I thought I couldn't go back in.
Alright, so he is also going to.
Lee, can we fix that? Because I would not have stayed out if I thought I had to stay out.
Lee,
Yeah. What's up?
can you not
Is my mic not
hear
working?
Fryer?
It cut out for like 45 seconds where it was just silence.
He's saying he was under the impression he could not leave the he had to leave the hut to fully attack and couldn't come back in. But we informed him otherwise that he could come back in after he attacked.
Oh.
So he would like to be inside the hut.
Alright, maybe move him inside the hut. Yeah, they both missed anyway, so it's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. Amelia, it is your turn. I should have given you a heads up that your turn was coming. You want to come over here and use mine?
I think whatever that momentary outage.
You get outage?
When the one sound
Gotcha.
I think
Right.
that actually impacted me.
So right now you're inside of Liam's tiny hut. You can step out to attack. If you want a melee attack, you probably won't have enough movement to get all the way back.
I can throw a javelin that far.
You can't.
You can.
Javelins. They have 30 straight roll, and then 120 is a disadvantage.
Alright. Well, I'll step out to like here.
That's 10.
Yeah.
And then attack with the javelin on this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. It's doing that thing where it cuts out again.
Yeah.
What they're saying, I can't hear it. Oh, that was a hit. Hey, are you guys saying anything? Hello?
No.
Hold on. Hey, it's cutting out. Like I can't hear you guys if you are trying to talk, or maybe you can't hear me. Or both. Alright, that one's wounded. Alright, and then you have 2 attacks if you want to throw another javelin. Oh wait, hold on, that would be... Interact would be to grab a javelin. You can't have 2 interacts. So you can throw 1 javelin. Okay. And then that's your turn?
I guess so.
Alright. Alright. 5, 10, 15.
Oh, they're leaving.
Not exactly. They are submerging underneath the water out around the campsite, and he's gesturing for the others to do so as well.
Fair enough. All right. Well, bonus action, Blade Song, because of course. And Sano's just gonna be like, "Oh, where are you going?" So let me see here. If I move to this spot right there, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, okay, I gotta get to that spot. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I am... That's my exact movement. Okay. So, Lee, question. It says that magical effects cannot extend from outside of the area, but I can re-enter the area. So I can teleport back into this hut, can't I? Right?
I don't think you can teleport. You have to go, like, you can step out, teleport.
No, not from within the hut, but follow me here. So if I teleport from outside of the hut into the hut, I'm not using a magical effect to pass through the hut. Not necessarily. Not in the same way that, like, casting a firebolt into the hut would. I'm just teleporting back into it. Is that a thing I can do?
Spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the barrier.
Right. So what I want to do is Thunder Step, and then Thunder Step back into the hut.
I mean, you could step out, Thunder Step onto him.
So that's not how Thunder Step works. Thunder Step... basically, I would have to move over there, and then teleport back.
Okay, so you could run up there, hit them, Thunder Step back, right next to it, and then you just need 5 extra feet of movement to get back in.
That's the problem. It takes all 40 of my movement to get to that spot.
Then, yeah, you'd have to move that spot 5 meters closer so that you could make it back in.
I don't think that's how it works, but if that's how you're calling it, so be it.
Boots of speed. You have boots of speed as a bonus action you can activate.
You're right, I do. Okay, Okay, that only changes things slightly. Yeah, so bonus action, Boots of Speed. I keep forgetting that I do that. I won't Blade Song yet.
Oh, I was going to say Blade Song I thought was a bonus action.
It is, but so is activating your Boots of Speed. So, that'll give me 70 movement. And theoretically speaking, if I'm inside this hut, it doesn't matter whether I don't have Blade Song active or not. Anyway, so, okay, now I have 70 feet of movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to go Thunder! And I am going to activate Thunder Step. I'll roll the saves, don't you worry. And Yeah, let's do this. So... And they all fail. And so I'm going to teleport myself and put myself right there. And then use my last, or 5 more feet of movement for 45 feet to put myself there. And all 3 of those guys failed. So I'll just roll it in the chat here. Okay, average damage.
Alright, is that automatically on them?
I'm dragging it on them now.
Cool.
Lizard Folk 7 is not doing well. So, alright. Let's see. Bonus action, movement. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Alright. Get rid of that winter. There we go.
Oh wait, you got rid of the bubble.
Yes, the explosion already went off. Why would I leave the bubble there?
Oh, well, the bubble that was our Liamon's tiny hut.
Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of all of them. It didn't give me an option. Okay, you got it back already. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Alright, Ragnarvalder, which is actually Balthazar, or Nick. Is he gonna have some sexy time with the lizard folk? I mean, maybe one of them looks female? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you know he is.
Maybe
He's
Dragonborn and Lizard Folk are genetically compatible. You never know. They both lay
Yeah,
eggs.
maybe.
Nation they would create.
So he is what? Hold on, 1 second. Let me see how big this is. It is a 30-foot cube. Okay. Pointers square. 30-foot cube. He's gonna go 5 to 10 and step out the hut. He's gonna cast hypnotic pattern. And that is going to leave. Let's see. Failure, so 7 failed, so he's got the effect on him. That one succeeded, 3 failed. So he's got hypnotic powder on him, 6 failed as well. So did one fail? One succeeded, and 7, 1, 3, 6. So 3, 6, and 7 should all be under hypnotic pattern. 1 succeeded, and then he will go back into the hut. And that'll be the end of his turn.
So they're hypnotized?
Yep, they are incapacitated. They already have the effect on them. Lizard Folk 3 is hypnotized.
Alright. Alright, it is Reggie's turn. Reggie's gonna pop out over here, and what's Reggie gonna do? What you gonna do, Reggie? Let's see. They are carrying metal weapons, blades. I think he's gonna go with the heat metal. Why didn't that do anything? Oh, there's the text for it. Okay. And he succeeded. So let's see. Oh wait, that was Flaming Spear. Shit, I did the wrong one. Heat metal. Let's see. Hold that. Okay, he failed. So if he failed... Okay, he drops it. He drops his weapon. And steps away. And he takes 2d8 damage, so we're there we go. Alright, takes 10 damage. Alright, that's his turn. He's incapacitated. He just dropped his weapon. So, but he's got another javelin he can throw at him. For a hit. It's for
Why would
popping
Percival
one.
not have put himself back in the barrier?
Why? He's not afraid of these guys.
Yes, he is.
Ah. Nope, he's already healed back up. I thought he was. Oh no, that's temporary health he gets. Anyway. Alright, Green Shadow, it is on towards you.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, that puts me outside. Unfortunately, I'm only going to get one attack out of this, but whatever.
Are you going to get showers? After you take your turn, you want to get out. It'd probably be good timing.
You know what's crazy is that on my next turn, I'll probably be able to swim faster than these things can too.
Alright, Balthazar, on towards you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass my turn to keep up the hut.
Alright, he is incapacitated. Alright, now it's your turn, honey.
I'm just gonna do basically what I did before. I forget how to ground myself back. Right, I have my own.
That's fine. I can always share it again, too. I'm sure right now.
Yes. So,
Step out. Do an attack, Javelin. This guy? Wah, wah, wah. Unless you wanted to run up and melee him.
That guy's incapacitated. Leave him go.
Oh, yeah. It works that you missed because he was incapacitated. I forgot that. Alright. Is that it for your turn, honey?
I guess. Our brain's falling apart.
Well, not inside Liam's tiny hut. You better get in their face. Don't put this back over there.
Alright, so bonus action is going to be Blade Song. So I'm going to Blade Sing as my bonus. And yeah, so now I have my action. So I have a movement speed of 80 feet now. So can I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I 100% can do this. Alright, so let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I'm going to use my action here. So I'm going to attack Lizard Folk 6 with a booming blade. Oh no, he's incapacitated. What about Lizard Folk 3? Also incapacitated. Are any of them not incapacitated?
The one's out healing up in the water, and the one over here.
Okay.
Hold on.
I misread that. I didn't know those guys were incapacitated. So he's not incapacitated.
No, he's not.
Okay. So then...
He's already dropped his weapon because of heat metal.
Yeah. So, alright. So, can I... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Still the same. So it takes me 35 feet of movement to get over here. So I'm going to use my action for a booming blade. And, yeah, let's do that. So... Dagger of Humiliation as my action. Yeah. Cool. That hits. The booming blade damage is another D8. And now, if this guy moves, I would advise people to just leave Lizard Folk 5 alone, because I feel like he's about to die. Yeah, so just leave Lizard Folk 5 alone. Actually, it doesn't matter, because I still have one more attack. So he's probably just going to die from this, but we'll see. Yep, that hits. Dagger of Humiliation. Alright, and he's dead. He had 1 hit point left. Okay.
Alright.
I would just say that as I get that final...
No, roll a d20.
Alright. 14.
14.
Why do I feel like this is going to be a bad one?
No,
yeah, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
We could hear you.
There we go. I can hear sound again. Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we got you.
Yeah. So remember, you killed him with the Dagger of Humiliation, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, you get 1 additional action immediately.
1 additional action
And
immediately.
also yes, and also you can kill him however you want. You're literally filled with energy and vigor for another attack.
Okay, well, I'll just say that since I charged him with the booming blade, right, and so he's, like, charged with this, like, thunderous energy, I go, like, straight through the bottom of the jaw with the second strike, and his head just goes off like fireworks.
Alright.
Alright, so I get immediately, you said, immediately. Oh, let's see, then. Okay, then 5, 10, 15, can I move at all?
Just your whatever's left of your movement.
Alright, I have 80 feet. Let me plan this out. If I go...
Technically, you could do an action dash, because an action...
There wouldn't be any point for that. I already have enough
but...
to get back in. So, a range of 20. So, 5... If I wanted to throw the dagger at him, I have to go 40, 45, 50. Then could I go 55, 60, 60? Oh, I got enough. Yeah, I got enough. Alright, I'm going to move over to here. and I am going to cast a... Yeah, I'm going to cast a Ray of Frost at Lizard Folk 7.
Hey, remember, he's incapacitated right now.
I know,
I'm about dead
but
anyways.
I think I can get the kill. Hopefully. Oh, man, are you kidding? Alright. Well, question, could I do a little juggle as my interact? Right now I have my Dagger of Humiliation in my main hand and my Dagger of Returning in my offhand. Could I just use my interact and just do a little shuffle?
We covered you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna throw my Returning Dagger at this guy and hope that it kills him. Well, that would be the right time for that to happen. Please kill him. Please kill him. Yes! Okay, I needed that. So, this thing is literally just gonna go straight dome. Just straight in the dome with the dagger. As it immediately flies right back to me like a boomerang. So that was, then I'll go 40, or 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80. And I'm back in. So, cool. That's my turn.
Alright, it's Ragnarvalder's turn.
Let's see.
Oh, let me get rid of that arrow.
Where did
Those two standing should be pawns for negotiation.
I agree. As Balthazar says, I agree. Where did those guys go off into the water at?
We don't know. They're submerged.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what direction?
North. North of you.
So there's only so much water on the map.
They're not. They're like in the black area too. You don't know. It's a huge marsh.
Okay. Alright, so
They're planning on waiting us out until this hut goes down and ambushing us from all sides.
Ragnarvalder's just gonna cast a shatter right there. I think it's a 10-foot square or sphere. Okay. So let me get rid of that. So if I cast a shatter right there, am I making any dexterity saving? Am I making any saving throws?
No.
Okay. Well.
It's only 10-foot radius.
Yeah, it's got literally the circles on the map.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yep. Then that's the end of his turn. And he'll step out and then step back in to cast that spell. He gets to redo the save at the end. I think he gets to redo. No, does he? Hold on.
Does he?
Discharged by the spell, creatures come in. If this spell ends, takes damage, or someone else shakes them out of their super. No, they don't get to resave.
What is this? Hypnotic pattern?
Yeah.
Damn.
It only affects if they take damage or they're shaken out by something else.
Well, Reggie's going to step forward and say, "Enough of this rot," and takes a shot at him with his bow.
Oh, come on, Reggie.
Come on, miss.
Unless Reggie turns to Balthazar. Could we capture them? Would they be useful?
Yes, I think we should use them as hostages.
Very well then. Let's see. I don't think I have any spells for that. Oh, come on. No, I don't have any spells there for that.
Well, except how would we even go about capturing these guys? We can't take them into the hut.
Tie them up with rope. I'm pretty sure I can allow anybody into the hut that I want.
It's only the people that were in it whenever you cast it, according to the spell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can I use? I'm asking you guys this because I don't want to have to look it up and I don't remember. Can I use an interact to handcuff someone who is incapacitated?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Some would say it might take an attack. Would take the same thing as like a grapple check.
Well, if that's the case, I probably wouldn't be able to make it over there. I was like right over here. Oh wait, no, actually I could if I just head straight there. Yeah, I can slap some cuffs on him. Reggie's got handcuffs. You don't know what he's into.
Are they furry?
Pink.
Pink fuzzy handcuffs. Ooh.
Yeah. Alright, so that is his turn. He's got one of them completely bound, basically. That was still incapacitated.
Let me guess. The key for those handcuffs is on a necklace.
Alright, Green Shadow. What say you?
Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. And scaly creatures, scaly ones. We have your friends. We truly mean no harm despite our obvious defensive posture. Parlay with us.
Realize he's incapacitated.
He's just speaking.
I'm yelling it across the water. I'm yelling across the water.
Okay. Alright.
And, I mean, you can ask for whatever kind of check, but I guarantee whatever check you're going to ask for, I suck at, so...
Yeah, persuasion check.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys being honest about parlaying, or are you going to murder them?
I personally, I want to find out what information we can find from them. You know.
Okay. All right. In that case, it's a persuasion check, not a deception check.
Who's in the castle? How many are in the castle? Blah 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 blah. Like just. Yeah, my persuasion, this is going to be bad, but I'll roll it anyway.
So this is where the chaotic and the chaotic good of Sano comes through. He believes these things are evil. I have no intention of allowing them to live, but that's me. They're with the cult. Point blank, period.
Alright, so if these two guys are incapacitated, we can say that it's somewhat out of combat at this point. Do any of you guys have anything else to say?
Your chances
Like,
of
you don't see the
survival
fight, you're
dramatically increase if you play your cards correctly. I said your chances of survival dramatically increase if you play your cards correctly here. Challenge us. Your prospects are not well. I just say it just sort of flatly.
Alright. So after you say that, you start to see some lizard folk heads start to rise out of the water. Excuse me. Oh.
I say it in a sort of
There you go.
deadpan tone, like not trying to be overly intimidating, not trying to sound sarcastic. I just say it very deadpan.
So, Snapjaw rises up out of the water, up to about his waist. And he's speaking in Draconic. And he's like hurling insults, cursing, we're gonna effing kill you. But, peppering in between the Draconic, he's saying in Common, release my men, and we can talk.
I yell
In
from the
Draconic,
hut.
he's saying we will. In Draconic, he's saying we will, because you guys all understand Draconic.
Yeah.
You right? Okay.
Yes,
You all hear him
everyone.
saying, "We will not stand down. We will kill you. We will tear out your entrails." But in Common, he's saying, "If you release my men, we can talk."
I speak from the hut, and I say, keep bad-mouthing us, and you'll see what happens. I'll say that in Draconic.
I will say in Draconic as well, flee without striking some sort of accord and you've sealed your fate. Again, I say that very deadpan.
In Common, these ones are free to go with you if you come and take them.
He'll continue saying in Draconic, "It'll never happen. We'll die fighting." And then in a little bit of Common, he'll drop the words "talk alone."
You and this one, I say in Common.
When you say this one, you mean yourself. Do you gesture at yourself?
Yes.
All right. He will nod. He'll nod and step forward a little bit. Green Shadow?
I'll back up a little bit.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I just took a few steps back so that we can, be separated from others.
All right. Go a little bit further south and towards the water.
I did.
I mean, a little bit more south and towards the water. All right. All right. So actually, combat is over. Like we can clear the initiative for now.
I would just
For
like
now.
speak very lowly to my brother, like, why are we negotiating with them? Clearly they're with the cult. They're our enemies. What do we hope to gain from this?
I don't. Hopefully we
Make
can figure
a
out more about
regular charisma check. Green Shadow.
Yeah, this will go poorly. Just,
Actually, all of you make a charisma check. Except for Balthazar that didn't come out.
Yeah,
So
I'm not-
just a
I'm not
straight
leaving.
charisma?
Literally just anyone that stepped foot out of the Liam and Tiny Hut. Dang it, I think it cut out.
I'm not
Very
trying to be
good.
diplomatic anyway, so that's fine.
Bro, what the fuck?
There it
So
is.
what's-
It's like cutting out. It's obnoxious.
Is this just going to be a regular charisma check, or is this like...
It's a straight charisma check.
Okay. That's fucking gay. Alright, that's fine. Does he get his...
I saw a little charisma. That alone should scare him.
Well, my thing is that like, this wouldn't count for his never rolling low below a 10 because it's not a persuasion check or
I think
a
he's not
deception.
measuring how persuasive or deceptive we are. I think he's just gauging
Yeah,
the
just-
general strength of our presence, our personality, basically.
Probably. Whatever. That's fine.
I get it. Makes sense. At least makes sense to me.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, by the way, from the outside, they see the dome just go black.
Oh yeah, you can make it darker or lighter. I forget that you can do that.
Yep, but we can still see outside the hut. They just can't see inside the hut.
You know, every time you say the hut, I think Star Wars. So like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. Nope, the Lehman's tiny hut. But yes. So, what can you tell us about this castle as Ragnarvolder kind of speaks up?
Oh, even though he said talk alone, you walk up to join Green Shadow?
I guess not. I mean, talk alone.
It's just going to take a few steps back.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just gonna be us. Look.
Yeah, he's a few steps back in the water, like only his head, maybe his shoulders is above the water.
Ragnarvolder's gonna stow his sword and stow his armaments and kind of throw two hands up, like he's not gonna attack.
Very well. So as he approaches, he speaks to you in common and in a low tone. Why are you here?
These ones are on a mission to recover goods stolen from a friend of ours by the cult. Are you familiar with the cult?
Yes.
We will recover the items stolen by the cult from our friend. Do you support the cult? Is the cult your ally?
We have no choice.
Interesting.
We must serve.
Does the persuasion that causes these ones to compel to serve?
Can I just add in the background that Sano's whistling and juggling a knife between his fingers as I just wait patiently?
Well, they can't see you if you're in the hut.
I'm out of the hut.
Oh, okay. Balthazar speaks, or not Balthazar, Ragnarvolder speaks up. So they are enslaving you, is what you're saying?
Bullywugs killed our leader. We have no leader. We have to work. They treat us like garbage.
Look, we can take care of the cult for you, and then once we're done with the manor, the castle, you can use it as your base of operations, as long as the if the cult comes back, you tell us. Is that leaving and joining, leaving and joining, leaving and joining?
Dropping out, joining, dropping
Try
out,
to do it
joining.
until it starts working again, because it cuts out. You were starting to say something.
Okay.
I don't know why Discord's being obnoxious today. I've never had an issue with Discord until today, and I think it's just an update.
It's
Look.
because I'm not having a problem.
Oh, great! You infected me with your technovirus.
Look, we can take you out of the reign of the cult if you just help us out.
We hate bullywugs.
We can
These
kill
ones-
bullywugs.
These
Not-
ones have slain many bullywugs, as well as
Not-
giant frogs.
Not all of my people are ready to rebel.
These ones also killed a frog hemoth.
Well, look. They obviously treat you like shit, so I don't think it'll take much convincing to get them to come to see your ways of rebellion.
This one proposes that these scaled ones do not rebel, but that these do not resist our actions.
Or I just say rather matter-of-factly, or you take charge of your fate and rise up to claim your place of freedom. Certainly must be better than shriveling in the mud like you are now.
I don't know if they will openly rebel. They don't have magic. We don't have magic. But I can get you past the guards. I can get you into the castle at least.
Great, and as long as y'all stay out of our way, no harm will come to the lizard folk.
No
Deal?
further harm.
Well, no further. That's what I was going to say.
No further harm will come to the lizard folk. We are sorry for your compatriots.
I saw you chose to capture some instead of kill.
Yes, we will release them to you.
I only want what's best for my people.
Well, of course.
Then let me ask you this. Was this show of force not enough to boost your confidence in our abilities? You saw, no insult to you, how we handled your compatriots here. Not to overly speak highly of ourselves, but it presented little of a challenge. Does that not at least increase your confidence to some degree of our chances of success? At least enough to a point that you are willing to do more than just simply passively allow us to fight for you? If freedom is not earned by yourself, is it really even worth claiming? Or should you instead rise to claim it on your own? With our assistance, of course. That is the point that I am trying to make, rather than just wait to be rescued like some damsels in distress.
I'm no coward. I will fight with you. I will try to convince my people. We have been under heel too long.
That's what I like to hear. That sounds much better than what you were saying about 20 seconds ago.
Now, he actually said he wasn't sure he could convince his people to fight, but then at the very least he would help get you past the guards.
Oh, but now he's saying he'll fight, which is a lot better than just I'll get you past the guards.
He's going to fight alongside you, yeah. Like, that's he's going to get you into the castle. I didn't think he was going to run away afterwards.
Okay.
No, he definitely does. He does not like the bullywugs that have been put in charge over him, but you can, suss out more of that later on. But he definitely disgusts you with their treatment.
Then I must apologize for the untimely demise of your allies. To be honest with you, I assumed that you were with the cult, and I dealt with your allies as mercilessly as I do with any other members of the cult. So for that misunderstanding, I apologize.
But
I didn't like those two anyway.
okay. Well, we need to finish our rest, and then we will go together. You just get your people here and make sure they're on board. We will go back into that dome over there, and we will see you first thing bright and early in the morning.
We rest too.
Sounds good.
Alright. They got little, these little huts over here to the side that they can use. Like right there. They're not Lima's tiny huts, but they're huts.
I'm just going to say to the group, well, that was productive. I thank you for convincing me not to murder them.
Alright.
Again, I might be good, but I am chaotic good. I do not have any qualms with killing people that I think are evil.
I did think that y'all were going to kill him. I think you probably would have if you didn't hide in the hut. If it was just an open, out-and-out fight, I think you would have just... They wouldn't have run, and you would have just murdered them.
Possibly.
Probably. Yeah. But yeah, I think we do a rest.
All right. I will go ahead and long rest. Or no, that was... Sorry, short rest.
Again, let me remind you guys of the flaws that I have written down for Sano, and that is overconfidence, arrogance, vengefulness, and challenge seeking.
I know we were doing a long rest, Lee.
Okay, well that's perfect because that's what I did. All right.
Yeah, we were gonna do a long rest.
I need a bathroom break.
Sounds good. I could use a Dr. Pepper. So.
Yeah. Bathroom break, some more water.
These frickin' Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Sodas are addicting. They are so good.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's intended.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Alright, I'll catch you guys in, well, like, 7 minutes. We'll say 7 minutes.
Cool, 9:40. Anybody back yet?
I am.
Dude, Nick, I'm getting the Switch 2 tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
The reason how I'm even able to get it, I'm lucky. So, because they sold out on pre-orders within like an hour of pre-orders opening back in like late April, and I was super disappointed about it, thinking I wasn't going to be able to get one on release date, but Costco has them. And guess whose wife works as an auditor at Costco and has first access to inventory?
Who's that?
Me, my wife, works as an auditor at Costco and has first access to inventory. So, yeah, she can literally grab me one before it ever hits the store floor.
Yo, I might get you to get me some Blooming Waters.
Some what now?
It's a Pokemon set for 151 called Blooming Waters, and they're like super cheap at Costco. But if you go buy them anywhere else, they're like $180.
No, she has access to all that stuff before it ever even gets sold. So as long as the only caveat is that she has to wait until the day that they're allowed to be sold. Like, she can't buy them early. Like, those Switch 2s have been sitting at Costco since Monday. But obviously nobody can buy them because they're not released until Thursday. But they've been in a room at Costco back in supply since Monday. So she's going into work early tomorrow, and literally when she gets there at like 3 a.m., the store doesn't open until 10. She's just going to go grab one and put it in her locker and buy it before she leaves.
Wow, nice.
So I'm sure they're going to sell out by day's end. I'm positive they're going to sell out by day's end, but doesn't matter.
I want one, dude. I do. I want one. And that's just because, like, with Jaden and whatnot, being at the house now, like, we actually could play stuff together. Like, when I had my one Switch, I never played on it. So I gave it to my brother. Like, my Switch, my regular Switch, I never played on it. So I did play on it when I first got it, but I just literally, when I finished, was it Pokemon? It wasn't, which one was it? The one with Cinderace.
Oh, Sword and Shield.
Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield. When I finished it, after that, I never touched it.
Did you play Scarlet and Violet?
I haven't yet, and that's one of the reasons I want to get 2 is so I can play Scarlet and Violet.
Well, it's on the original Switch as well, but dude, they did a gameplay preview of what Scarlet and Violet looks like on the Switch 2, and oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to get the Switch 2 to play it.
I'm gonna replay Breath of the Wild.
Nice. Yeah, and then that way I can get games like Mario Party and stuff like that. So that way,
I'm gonna be. I'm getting the Mario Kart World bundle, so I'm gonna be playing that.
And then that way, like, if we get that way, if we want to have like a game night, we can all sit there and play Mario Party or whatever.
Dude, I'd be down to hosting a game night.
Hell yeah!
Like some weekend.
Yeah,
has Marte talked to you about the 28th yet? Or 29th, whatever the day is?
No, he's not.
He's having a get-together at his house later in the month.
That's sweet.
I know he intends to invite you. I know that because he told me he was going to, but I guess he just hasn't gotten around to telling anybody. The 28th. Yeah, it's the 28th.
Okay, cool.
I will definitely be there.
Let me make sure I don't have LARP. I don't think I have LARP that weekend, but... Nope, I do not. Nope, that weekend looks freed up except Sunday, but obviously that's a Saturday, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll probably, I'm thinking of either doing a nacho dip or banana pudding.
Okay, so it's like a
potluck cookout type thing, yeah.
What is he going to be cooking for the main course?
I mean, I know he's going to have the grill going.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm thinking of doing that little creation of mine where it's like my banana pudding. It's like super protein packed, but it's really good. Thinking of doing that.
I gotcha.
Do the camera again. There we go.
Okay. So, is that fatal? I feel like not nearly fatal.
So, Lee, hope I'm not prying, but any future plans for you and Amelia to tie the knot?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to do a destination wedding. I mean,
Oh,
you know
cool.
we're engaged, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, I didn't know that, but you did mention
Yeah,
that. You
were
did mention
told
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a ring on the finger. Got some plans.
Where are you guys gonna get married at?
What was that? U.S. Virgin Islands? Either that or what is it? What's the other one? Puerto Rico? What's in the U.S.? Huh?
Yeah. Towns in Puerto Rico or US here.
Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico?
Did you say poor Puerto Rico?
Or Puerto Rico.
Just don't kill the frogs. They've been having an issue with like tourists doing that, and just don't kill the frogs.
Why would anyone kill frogs? I love frogs.
So there's these frogs. They're called like koi-kois or something like that, and they're native to Puerto Rico. It's the only place in the world you can find them. And they're these tiny little frogs that make these like squeaky noises. And tourists kill the frogs because they don't like the noises that they make. I think they sound beautiful. I don't think there's anything wrong with, but their noises are very distinct. Nothing else sounds like these frogs in Puerto Rico. But they have an issue with tourists killing their frogs, and it's like the national animal of Puerto Rico.
No, I know some people hate like crickets and cicadas because of the noise, and to me it's white noise. I love it.
Racist.
By the way, now, are you going with the same sleep routine?
I'm just gonna go ahead and go into my trance as soon as we get back into the hut.
Okay, so the only one who's aware of what's going on then is Green Shadow, correct?
I'm gonna wait 2 hours and then go into my trance.
Fair.
All right.
Just kind of stagger our trances.
Yeah. Also, in those 2 hours, I would assume that I want to take the dagger of humiliation.
What do you mean you're gonna take my dagger?
I'm gonna take the dagger.
You know I'm still partially conscious whenever I go into a trance, right? I can still hear things. I'm still semi-aware.
Yeah, but if I make a good
Sleight of hand?
sleight of hand check, you shouldn't be able to see nothing.
You have to get by Green Shadow's perception check as well
I don't care about
As
Green
well as my
Shadow.
passive perception.
yeah, as well as
I
his passive perception.
I don't care about Green Shadows, but I'll get past his passive perception. That's fine. My dexterity's not terrible. It's
All right.
great. It's not terrible.
So this wouldn't be able to be an active perception check, right? It has to be passive.
Oh no, yeah. For you, since like he's actually going to be touching you, it would probably be a active perception, and for Green Shadow, who's just laying there somewhat conscious and being able to look around, it would be a passive perception.
No, he's talking about that'd be switched. It'd be Green Shadow can make a actual perception check to see me do it. With him, it would be only going off of his passive perception. With
Yeah,
that
you're
make
probably
sense?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green Shadow, Green Shadow, make a perception check if you would, and then
My passive perception is 13.
okay, passive perception 13. All right. So
That was a terrible check. Wow.
yeah, they both detect you attempting to stealthily pickpocket.
As he
this dagger.
tries to take the dagger, I put my hand on it and just, again, very deadpan, I'm just like, brother, what are you doing?
Look, this dagger is you are obviously cursed by this dagger. It needs to be dealt with.
Oh, just a heads up, by the way. Just a heads up, by the way. While you guys are having this discussion, you do hear some munching and gnawing.
No, that's fine. I'm aware of what they do.
A little bit of slurping. Okay, good. All right.
And I just say to my brother, I assure you, and again, my eyes are closed and my hand just rests on it. I'm like, I assure you, I am fully aware of what this dagger is. I am not cursed. Look, I could get rid of it at any moment if I wanted to. I just don't, because it's awesome. It would be like you claiming that somebody is cursed by mead. No, of course not. It's just really fucking great. So why would you give it up? That's all this is.
That's what a cursed person would say.
He says, brother, if I hand this dagger to you, just to show you that I am not cursed by it, do you swear to hand it back?
Reggie, because you wake him up with this, is like, I am an expert with weapons, being an artificer, if you'd like me to examine it.
Sure, Reggie, you can examine the dagger. Why not?
I don't... Dagger of humiliation. Question for you. Are you cursed?
No.
I thought not. See, it says it's not cursed.
See, only people talk to their weapons, or all weapons that talk to you are cursed.
I don't believe that is true. In fact, I find that to be quite an ignorant statement.
Ragnarbolder, back me up here.
Roll either a history or arcana check.
Who? Him?
Both of you. Whichever one you like.
Alright, well my arcana is gonna be better, so...
Come on.
Also, Green Shadow, you do observe all of this, by the way.
Come on, Reginald, back me up here.
20?
It's cursed, isn't it?
Green Shadow, you there?
I don't hear him.
I don't hear him either.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just observing.
Yes, you're observing, but you can, if you want to do so, roll a history or arcana check to see if you know anything about sentient weapons.
Yeah, sure.
Just everyone who's awake has the opportunity to do this.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know of in your exploration and in Ravnica, I think it was Ravnica, right?
I thought it was from Eberron.
No,
Eberron. Okay, sorry, Eberron. You are familiar with several sentient weapons, and they are far from cursed. You know this, you don't have to tell them.
I'm just gonna keep talking, and I say, brother, I do not wish for there to be any strife between us. We are brothers. You mean the world to me, so I don't want to have to do this. I'm gonna hand you this dagger to prove to you that I'm not cursed, and you're gonna hand it back to me, or I'm gonna take it.
Fine.
Sentient weapons can be cursed, but they're not necessarily cursed.
So here is me voluntarily handing you the dagger. That was not hard for me to do.
Reginald, what do you think of this dagger? As I kind of pick it up by the pommel by my fingers, and I'm just like.
Well, I have heard of sentient daggers. I don't know if they're necessarily cursed. Hold on, let me have him roll an Arcana check. 100% can tell you that Green Shadow is right, and that sentient weapons are not necessarily cursed. But more so, the fact that he can hand it to you and put it down would mean that it is not cursed. Because if it was cursed, he couldn't let go of it. And if it was cursed, then you would now be cursed with it.
Fine. I don't care much about weapons anyways, so I don't care to research them? Here you go, brother. You can keep it.
Thank you
now.
very much. I put it back in its scabbard. See, it's just a very great weapon that I'm fortunate to have. It's a weapon, and it's powerful. That is why I like it.
As you slide it back in its scabbard, the weapon does say, "I don't like him. You should kill him. Stab him. Stab him hard."
I say this out loud. I'm not going to kill my brother.
See. It's yep. Nope. That wasn't no
Whispers,
good.
"Shh."
That wasn't
Just
so
because
good.
it's not cursed doesn't mean it's not evil.
Yeah.
Wasn't no good.
Right?
Then I go into my trance.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm out. Well, I wait. I have to do 2 more hours of mine. So after 2 hours, I'll leave my trance. But yeah, I don't know if Sano would know, but I know that lizard folk have cannibalistic tendencies. Like, lizard folk
I
are
was telling
very...
you that you guys would know what was going on in case your character might react in some way. But they've already, if you guys continue that rest and all, they've already munched away and gone.
Yeah. Well, because lizard folk are very amoral, right? Like, they view everything with a cold degree of logic. And in their eyes, it's wasteful to just let a body rot and go to waste. So yeah, for the sake of efficiency, they're cannibals. That's how they think.
That, and they like the way it tastes. Like, if you die, they're going to be tempted.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure. Ogres are the same way.
Alright, so I guess after the 8 hours, the dome drops.
By the way, odd trivia fact, did you know that ogres prefer the taste of women? That is a legit canon fact. If they are eating humanoids, they prefer to eat women over men.
Me too.
Anyways,
Alrighty. Alright. So, you wake fully refreshed. There's only bits of bones and, pieces like that left of the 2 that were killed. The others have gone on, and Snapjaw remains to travel with you. I should probably change him to, neutral's good. Well, I guess he is kind of friendly at the moment.
Sano sort of just like glances up from like cleaning his nails. Enjoy your meal?
I already ate.
Looks
He
like
wasn't one of the
Suba's
ones
much.
that munched away.
This one requires no sustenance of that form.
yes, anyways, let's trek on here.
I don't know. I'm a bit famished myself. Maybe I could certainly go for some roast snake, perhaps.
Well, we can eat on the way.
By the way, I didn't go into a detail about this, Lee, but there was a time whenever I was being trained as a blade singer that I literally lived off of like game like that. So Sano has eaten snake before.
I believe it. It's just meat.
Snake. What's big deal about that?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, so you guys have a little bit further to go. What's that?
No, nothing. I was real world for a minute. Sorry.
Yes, I believe it's, let's trek on here. We got a castle to go raid.
Oh, hold on, I'm looking for something. Okay, there it is. this thing skips around so much that I have to go through like 6 different pages to find basically the next page. Okay, so you guys are traveling on. You can feel free to converse with good old Snapjaw. And you, for the next 2 hours of travel, you guys see nothing. What time do you guys head out? Like, let's see. If that was at 2 a.m., then you had to do an 8-hour rest, and it would be 10 o'clock again.
But then we had that little skirmish, so I'd say like probably 10:30 or 11 would be more realistic.
We can say 12.
Yeah. What
So
kind
that
of?
would put you, let's see, 12 o'clock, and then that's 2 hours period with no trouble. Okay, what was that? Did you say something?
I said I was gonna say, Snapjaw. What kind of things are we gonna be facing in this castle?
Well, don't go in castle.
Oh, you're not allowed in?
Oh.
Haven't been in castle, no.
Where are you typically allowed to go?
Hold on. Hang on. So I'm not gonna do his voice for this, but I'm just going to say that he'll explain that basically they are laborers. They live outside the castle in their camps, and they carry treasure and stuff back and forth basically. And they're paid in like metal, steel weapons and stuff, steel weapon and equipment. They also use their giant lizards to drag and carry the heavy loads through the mirror.
So
And
then,
they do some hunting, fishing, and gathering. What's up?
question then, if you're sent out, like clearly you were sent out to capture us initially, why not just leave one day when you're sent out? What keeps you here?
Our tribes lived here for centuries. Cannot
Right.
leave.
I'm not saying leave the Mir, but just not return to the castle once sent out. No, you should not have
And
to
we
leave
hunt
your
it
ancestral lands. Well, you would have all of the advantage out here. You're amphibious. You can hold your breath underwater much longer than they can. You're much more at home in the swamps than they are. Surely you'd have some sort of advantage.
Bullywugs have shaman. And there's wizards.
Right, the bullywugs, of course.
Here we go.
And other things.
Other things. What are these other things?
Dragon.
They have a dragon.
Mhm.
Of what variety?
Black.
I see. A black dragon. Well, that does pose a bit of a problem.
Haven't seen him much lately.
What's his name?
Voragamantar.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the spelling for that.
Hey, Gavin, look at me. Look at me, Gavin.
I'm looking at
That's
you.
how it feels. And I didn't make this one up. This is literally, I typed it into the chat there. There it is. So you can write it down. Voragahamanthar. Basically a bunch of A's and N's and R's.
Okay. And what kind of have you seen what's that chick's name? Fargo Mondoth?
Thrulam Mondoth.
Yeah, her. Dragonborn, half dragon.
Thrulam Mondoth wasn't half dragon.
No,
Oh,
she's
not.
not. She's just a human, as far as I know.
That's right.
Maybe you're thinking of Resmir.
Who is
We
Resmir?
killed him already, didn't we?
No, we did not. But I'm echoing off of somebody's mic. I don't know whose.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, I'm not echoing anymore. Interesting.
Yeah, that was weird.
But anyways, is it coming back? No, it's not. Okay.
Test. Lee, it's yours.
It's mine?
Yeah. Yours is highlighting every time someone else talks.
Hang on.
Okay. Say, I'm
Go
not
ahead
hearing
now.
it now.
No, I'm not hearing it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
Good. All right. So I think Resmir was mentioned as the one that Frula Mondath answers to a while back.
Okay.
Literally episode 3.
Somewhere.
Gotcha.
Is he there often, Snapjaw?
I thought the name sounded familiar.
Did you just ask me if he's there often?
Yes.
Yes. He doesn't leave castle much.
Is he powerful?
He's there now.
Very strong.
Perfect.
So he's there now.
That reference was to Resume, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright,
And,
I think
huh?
No, never mind, go ahead.
Snapjaw does think that he's there, but he doesn't know because he hasn't been in the castle.
Ah. Are there any secret passages into the castle?
Only know one way in.
Only know one way in. Okay. Well, let's get there. We'll probably be there soon.
All right. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta get back to this. There it is. All right, that's another 2 hours. No trouble. And forgive me. It says to do these rolls. I do these rolls.
Yeah, you're good.
No, you're fine.
Oh, I can make them invisible, by the way. I forgot that. Okay. Yeah, these are like new controls that got added. Okay. Nope. Another 2 hours. Still nothing. All right. We will probably have to wrap up soon because it's like 10 o'clock, but we'll play on for a little bit because I think most of this is going to be, not a fight or whatever, but role play and whatnot. Okay. So you actually went for a full 16 hours, covered almost a whole mile before reaching what is basically, you can see the lizard folks camp. They have pickets that are posted up about a half a mile from the characters. Okay? As you get like a little bit closer, like within, view of their camp, he does direct you where to walk and where not to walk so that you can avoid traps.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. He tells you, follow his steps carefully.
Snapjaw, this one is curious. Why are the bullywogs indentured to the cultists and to Resume?
Farblex, their leader, killed our tribe leader.
What's his... Wait, the bullywug leader killed your tribe leader.
Yes, Farblex Spattercoo.
Why is Ardbablex then allied, indentured to the cultists and to Resume?
I don't know why they work together.
I mean, certainly the cult of the dragon doesn't hold them in any point of reverence. They're bullywugs. They're not even of dragon kind. Your lot is more similar to dragon kind than they are.
I just read the last name.
Yep. I did not make
Spattergoo.
that up. Oh, okay. So I might be able to conjecture on this. I think he believes that if Tiamat returns, that's Tiamat, right? Yeah. If Tiamat returns, then he will get the keys to the castle.
So he's doing all of this for a building.
Land. And he points around him to all of the swamp and water and brush and everything and says, "It's fertile land."
Yes, of course.
Good hunting.
Well, certainly I could see its merit in that. Very well. We must have... I suppose we'll have to eliminate this Farblex as well when we arrive.
Have we made it there yet? Tony?
Tony?
Yes,
We-
you guys
we-
just had to make your way around some traps. Hang on. Alright. So as you approach the guards, since all of you speak Draconic, you freaking metagamers, you can hear him in Draconic talking to the guards and explaining to them that you guys are great warriors that have come to destroy the cult of the dragon and free them against the bullywugs and help them fight the bullywugs. And hold on, I gotta do a charisma check. This is gonna be awesome.
Snapjaw speaks the truth. Oh, can I back him up?
Yeah, you might want to. He's got a -2 and he rolled a 2.
Ragnar is also going to be like, yes, we are great warriors, and we are here to help you fight the good fight. He's going to make his own persuasion check.
Might I add, we're currently all in O on our successes. We have not failed yet. We don't intend for this to be our first failure.
And we say this in Draconic,
Yes.
or at least Ragnar
So,
does.
Ika Rocky too, or whatever it is.
Who'd you give guidance to?
I didn't give guidance.
I was backing up Snapjaw.
No, Green Shadow.
Oh, to Snapjaw.
Oh, okay. What is it, a 1d6?
4.
So he can roll again and add a d4.
Wait, can I roll again?
Yeah, well, because I backed him up to basically give him advantage.
Oh, okay.
So it would
Alright.
be like he could roll again. Ooh, we'll roll that 4, I guess.
I rolled it. It was a 1.
Oh, so a 3.
Yeah.
But have them roll insight, they could roll lower.
Hold on, I did roll a 29 for my persuasion check.
Roll a 29 or your persuasion check.
As Ragnarvalder.
That's Ragnar.
Oh, dang it. I did not expect to roll that freaking low.
But Ragnarvalder rolled well.
Yeah, hang on.
Super well.
Alright, so...
You know what? If it helps, can I give him my inspiration to roll again?
Yes, I will let you give him your inspiration.
Alright.
Holy shit, fingers crossed on this one.
Ragnavolder's going to give him a
A
inspiration.
9.
Ragnavolder's going to inspire him to roll an extra D10.
So let me take those other lizard folk off the board that were about to attack him, because as they're drawing their swords, you inspire him, and he becomes a little bit more convincing, and gives, bats his eyelashes a little bit, and gives them a wink, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you seem confident. Yeah, maybe we will." Okay, so they're not going to attack him, and they'll let you guys into the camps. They are persuaded, at least, that you guys are on the same side, and might actually be of use. Obviously, there was some threshold where if I got too low, then basically they were just going to be like, "Nah, this is dangerous," and try to kill Snapjaw.
I just say to him as we walk in, hey, look at it. Silver linings, right? Even if we fail, you get a free snack.
Alright. And also, they're not going to alert the bullywugs at the castle. So 2 scouts will follow you guys while the last 2 remain at their post and continue to keep watch. But you guys are now in the camp. So, let's see.
That's the perfect spell for this scenario. Fireball.
Right. When is it not? I didn't ask how big the room was.
Background. How do I make this the background again?
I don't think we ever figured that out. Last time we just popped it.
No, you can. So you go into your assets, and then you find the picture, and then you have to right-click it, and somewhere in that drop-down menu, when you right-click, there will be an option to set it as the background.
There it is. Set background decal. There we go. Cool.
Alright, yep.
There it is. What was that one? I need to get rid of some shortcuts here because we don't need that marshland map anymore. Clear that slot. Clear that slot.
I still have greenest in my shortcut menu down at the bottom. I still have a picture of Frula Mondath down there too. It's right here. Only records that you own can be shared, but it's there.
I believe you. Couldn't need that anymore, but okay. Alright, so let's see.
I still have a scroll of Phantasmal Forest in my drop-down menu for some reason. I still have a picture of a Dragon Claw down there.
I learned the Phantasmal Force spell. It's in my spell book. I just don't have it prepared.
That's what's next.
I still have a map of Elturel on my bar.
Nice. Oh wait, this doesn't have the numbers on it. Shit. Okay, hang on. No, that's the battle map. I guess I can put the battle map there. Oh wait, no, that's the one. Yeah, it's got the letters on it. Okay. Alright, see if I can share that. Outside Castle Neritar.
Does anybody have a proficiency with alchemist supplies?
The
You know who does.
Oh yeah. Hey, Reggie, is there any chance that you could brew up some potions of acid resistance? Would that be a thing that you could do? I don't know if you have the necessary supplies or not.
I can start working on it. Let's see.
I don't suppose it would be too much to ask for you to make 6 of them.
well, see if I can make him to begin with. Let's see. He is an alchemical savant. Experimental elixirs. He can make experimental elixirs. Then he does have proficiency as an alchemist. Thieves' tools, tinker's tools, one type of artisan tools. Yeah. You should be able to start working on that. I need to get the list of like what ingredients you need for each thing. I think there was another module I was going to buy.
Yeah, that's what Sean... ask Sean what he uses, because he has this whole manual that I had him download forever ago, and he just tells me what he needs to make things, to be honest. I don't even know. He's the one that keeps track of that.
Acid resistance potion in D&D.
Alright, but you guys right now on that map, let me expand that a little bit. Oh, I guess I can expand that. You guys are around 3 right now, where there's longhouses are at. Well, actually, yeah, 3 is... Hold on. I gotta make sure I pull up the right thing. So if you guys are looking at it... Oh, I don't have... that's not a battle map.
Doesn't look like there's numbers on it, yeah.
Well, the one I just shared to the left is a story outside Castle Neatar.
Ah, I see. I see. Okay, so we're over by like 3. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 things that are marked 3. Those are longhouses outside of the castle. Okay, as you pass by, there's a couple things that you can see. So, 1 is a landing that just has the dugout canoes, and then 2 is the animal stockade where they keep their giant lizards penned.
Okay.
And then he'll also point to over to the north where there's a bunch of huts and say, ugh, bullywugs, because that's where their camp is at, basically.
Oh, those things that look like stumps are actually huts?
Yeah, those are actually huts where the bullywugs are living. This is basically the ground layout for, like, this huge-ass castle. This might be a good stopping point because it's almost 10:30, and it is going to be kind of in depth doing the castle.
Fair.
That might take
Whole session just for the...
What's that?
Whole session just for the castle, probably.
More like 3 or 4 sessions.
Ah, okay, so... Wait, so let me...
That's
so,
only outside of the castle.
There's this...
the ground floor of the castle, and there's also a beneath the castle.
So is this the finale of Horde of the Dragon Queen, and do we move on to Rise of Tiamat after this?
No.
Oh, so there's still more of Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Yes, this is episode 6 out of 8.
Oh, but we're getting close to the end of Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Bingo.
And then after that, we move into Rise of Tiamat.
Bingo. Yes.
Lee, did you ever look into the Rise of the Tiamat?
Well,
yes.
So eventually, because they released Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat episodically, and so technically speaking, Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat aren't a thing anymore, because since they released them episodically after they were both released, they combined them into the module that's now known as Tyranny of Dragons. So it's sort of like Horde of the Dragon Queen is the first half of Tyranny of Dragons.
So what'd you think of that one compared to this one?
I haven't read a whole lot of that one.
Oh,
so
because I know you said you didn't like this one very much.
Huh?
I said I know you said you didn't like this one very much because of all the traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've only read like the first I've browsed over the first like 2 episodes, but it seems really in depth. And there's some stuff that I feel like I might have to adjust when we get there, because it doesn't seem to really like match up.
Yeah,
gotcha.
and I also know that Tyranny of Dragons is made to where, technically speaking, you could jump right into Tyranny of Dragons. Like, you don't have to play Horde of the Dragon Queen to do... Or not Tyranny of Dragons, I mean Rise of Tiamat. You don't have to do Horde of the Dragon Queen first to do Tyranny of Dragons, but they can be done together if you want. I think it's sort of written like that.
Yeah. That's the thing is there's like, like I look at it now, it has like an outline of episodes, some adventure hooks, additional encounters, and then it's like it takes a bit before you even get into it. Kind of outlines stuff, then it actually goes into where you guys would be involved. But it like paints the whole backstory, and it's like some of it we won't really need because you guys did a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting though.
So
I will have a lot to read, but luckily we'll have moved by then and be settled and all.
Yeah, and your game room is going to be a separate room from your bedroom, right?
I was wondering if you saw my message I sent you that. Yeah, it'll be a little bit easier because it'll be a separate room from the bedroom. So I'm gonna get a big sign to put on the door that says D&D in progress, do not disturb.
I want to get a sign like that. That's cool.
Right? Huh?
I said I want to get a sign like that. That's cool.
Nice.
And this way too, when Amelia gets tired, she can just be like, "Peace out," and go upstairs and lay down.
Yeah.
And that actually means that on some nights I might be able to stay up a little bit early. I wish we could do Thursdays though, since I'm working Monday through Thursdays, because I could stay up super late. But if I have like a morning where I'm not real busy in the morning, I might stay up a little bit later too.
Yeah, I wish we could too, but like I kind of get where my wife is coming from. Thursdays kind of always, we don't get a whole lot of days to where like the day is uninterrupted for just us, and Thursday is typically that day. So she doesn't really want to give that up.
That makes sense.
Wednesday could be that day for y'all now.
No, because I'm sleeping most of the day because I get off work Wednesday morning.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, it's the rough life. But yeah, you guys have now officially reached Castle Nectar. I didn't expect for that encounter to last so long, but like, then when you guys stayed in the hut, I was like, I can't play these guys brain dead, just throwing spears at the hut while you pick them apart.
Yeah.
Because obviously one of them is not brain dead, one of them is actually a little bit smarter. I was like, they can just,
The smart thing would be to just wait it out.
Yeah, it's because that's what a lot of enemies would do. They're like, okay, I don't have, dispel magic or disintegrate, so obviously I can't penetrate that barrier. I'm just going to wait for them to leave.
And that's when, against those enemies, you have everybody gather up and you cast Force Cage on the party and take a short rest mid-combat.
You would.
I mean, that's literally a thing you could do. If you don't have somebody with either, with Disintegrate or Anti-Magic Field, which is the only ways you can deal with Force Cage, you just cast a Force Cage around the party and just sit on the ground for an hour and take a short rest. And you can do that in the middle of combat.
There are some really broken ass spells late game.
I hate Force Cage. It's the worst spell in the game. Because there's no saving throw. You just cast it on somebody, and if they don't have either a means of destroying the Force Cage or teleporting out of it, they're stuck. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
I hate Force Cage. It's the worst spell in the game.
First campaign 1, oh my gosh.
It is my number one most hated spell, Force Cages.
We literally, black holed somebody, forced caged them, and literally just kept them trapped in the force cage, taking constant damage from this,
no, the worst one is it's called the microwave combo, where you cast Force Cage on top of a Sickening Radiance.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that combo is called the microwave.
Does anybody have anything they need to do before we get off for the night?
Nah.
I'm good.
Hop off. I'll catch you later.
All right. Catch you guys in 2 weeks when you guys actually get to try to kill some bad guys.